soy Mari.
Y yo soy Luce.
Y esto es Emily. And welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a new video for K Influencer 2023. So we're actually super excited to be taking part of these challenges because it has been challenging us to be more creative, to think more about Korea and our own culture as well. So today's video is gonna be super fun, I think. So what are we gonna do? Can you tell class?
Okay. Today we are going to talk about Korean culture and Guatemalan culture.
Yes. For those who don't know, we are from Latin America, more specifically Guatemala. It's in Central America, and it's the country of the eternal spring. So many people don't know Guatemala. They kind of like make a relation between Mexico and Guatemala. They think Guatemala is from Mexico, but it's not. So today we're gonna be talking about some similarities we found and some differences we found in Korean culture and Guatemalan culture. But more specifically, we're gonna be talking about music and fashion because that's our channel. That's the content of our channel. Yeah, of course. So before we begin, we're gonna be doing like a different type of video. We're gonna be comparing some of our favorite K-pop music videos that are also very underrated, so that you guys get to know them because many of these bands deserve so much more love. And then we're also gonna be comparing some Guatemalan artists to some Korean artists in the aspect of contrasting how they make their culture shine through their videos. So that's basically what we're gonna be doing, because the first similarity we found between Korean culture and Guatemalan culture was the deep-rooted tradition. Like both Korea and Guatemala have a strong emphasis on preserving, honoring tradition.
They respect the tradition of the countries.
They both Guatemala and Korea take pride in their historical heritage, and that's very evident because in the traditional clothing and the traditional dance and traditional music and festivals. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of deep dive into K-pop videos that showcase Korean culture and some Guatemalan videos that showcase Guatemalan culture, and we're gonna be kind of talking about them and doing some commentary so that you guys can also know more about
our country.
In our country.
And the talent of the Guatemalan artists is so good. Seriously, they have like MBs. They show in the videos like mostly like Guatemala city, like Guatemala Antigua, Guatemala volcanoes, Guatemala lakes, and Guatemala some towns for other departments of Guatemala. So this is so cool. The other departments are so beautiful, and the view of Guatemala is wow.
And last but not least, we're also gonna be talking about a little bit of culture shocks we had for the first time going into K-pop or K-dramas as Guatemalan people, because one of the biggest differences we found between Korean culture and Guatemalan culture has to do with the historical background, artistic expression, the way they showcase some emotions as well. So it's gonna be super fun to be doing this comparison and talking about both cultures, and of course loving both cultures as well. So are you ready to dive into it?
I'm so ready.
Me too! This is K Influencer 2023, and this is Guatemala and Korea.
Kata!
The hanbok originated over 1,600 years ago during the Three Kingdoms period. Hanbok uses colors symbolically. For example, yellow represents the earth, while red signifies life and good fortune. Different regions in Korea have unique hanbok styles, reflecting their own flair and design preferences. It is traditionally worn for weddings, festive celebrations, and ancestral rituals, embodying cultural and historic significance. The hanbok has evolved over time, incorporating modern influences while retaining its traditional essence, and this can be seen in the realm of K-pop. Hanbok, the traditional Korean attire, has found a new life in the K-pop industry. Idols seamlessly blend traditional elements with contemporary fashion, presenting a visual feast of cultural pride. K-pop idols embrace the beauty of hanbok by incorporating its unique elements into their stage costumes, music videos, and performances. Through music videos, idols use modern hanbok to visually narrate stories that showcase the depth and richness of Korean culture. It is a celebration of heritage on a global scale. On the other hand, in the heart of Guatemala, a captivating garment called huipil weaves together centuries of culture and heritage. The origins of huipil can be traced back to the ancient Mayan civilization. The Mayan people's intricate weaving techniques and symbolism laid the foundation for this iconic garment. Huipil is known for its dazzling arrays of colors and elaborate designs, and each region in Guatemala has its own distinct style, reflecting the community's unique identity. The embroidery on huipil is a testament to the skilled craftsmanship of Guatemalan artisans. The huipil takes center stage during Guatemalan celebrations and rituals. It symbolizes cultural continuity, and these garments have been passed down through generations. In recent years, huipil has found its way into the realm of contemporary fashion.
What did you think?
It's so different, but
Yeah.
I love fashion. Seriously, it's wow.
It's so interesting and cool to see how
differences.
How K-pop idols have taken this traditional clothing, which we know as hanbok, into their music videos, but showcasing them in a very different way. Because, okay, we've seen music videos where they actually use the actual hanbok, like we saw with Kingdom, for example. But it's also very cool to see how they can take the traditional clothing and transform it into a more modern type of traditional clothing, but still having the hanbok inspiration, like when we saw with BTS, with Blackpink. But it's also very great to see Korean idols taking this hanboks and using the most out of the Korean culture to showcase their talents, as we saw with Wanas, for example.
You know, idols do their MVs to propose, like, to show their talent.
Yeah.
But also they think about Korea, and they are like, okay, in this song, it sounds like so traditional thing, so we can with the clothing and everything, and
and
the fashion,
but you're right.
The fashionist,
Fashionists, fashion designers.
The fashion designers think about, like, oh, this could be like a modern hanbok, because it's a modern time, and it's like,
it's still gonna catch the attention of people that are not Korean. It's still like, oh my god, that's so cool, you know. If you know a little bit about Korea, then you catch that it is a hanbok. If you don't know, then you still catch that it's something that has to do with Korean traditional clothing, you know. You know how we were talking about the fact that K-pop idols use their MVs, and they use modern hanboks and another way of showcasing the hanboks. Well, here in Guatemala, we also have other type of
modern
type of stuff that we use in our daily basis, but that still has the traditional huipil textile, you know, and the traditional patterns and stuff, but you can use it in every way, and we have a few examples here with us. So for example, this is a pencil case, and it's from Antigua, Guatemala, and it's still using the traditional textiles and stuff from the huipils, right? This, for example, is a bag of mine, and it's also, you can see like the similarity between this and this.
Like the colors are different,
and the pattern, it's very similar, you know, but it's still, you're never gonna see duplicates.
No,
you know, you're never gonna see duplicates.
And another thing, in Guatemala textiles, they do like forms, like unique forms. So for example,
unique patterns. That's another pencil case. And you're never gonna see the exact same pencil case pattern if you come to Guatemala, or colors. That's just so amazing. And of course, we also have like more modern clothing. That
we have appears a sweater.
That appears to be huipil, or appears to be very, very traditional Guatemalan type of clothing, but that we can use in every day. You know, like in a party or stuff, we still use that kind of stuff with the patterns, with the textiles. So it's very cool to see how different we showcase our culture, but at the same time how similar it is, because they use their MVs to showcase their culture wearing modern hanboks, while we use our accessories that have to do with our traditional clothing as well. So that's very cool. And the same goes with the instrumentals of the songs. And that's what brings us to not just the fashion, but also the music, how it sounds. So K-pop idols, or K-pop bands, or soloists, they do a great job of showcasing their own Korean type of music or traditional music, showcasing all the traditional words like orsu, you know? We know all of that stuff is Korean, very, very Korean based, traditional, and it's so cool to see that being showcased in many songs in a different type of way, but that still grabs the attention of the people. And Guatemala also does that. That's another similarity we found, that our national instrument is the marimba. So many people think marimba is from Mexico, but it's actually from Guatemala.
Yeah.
And many of our artists as well tend to use marimba sounds or very traditional Guatemalan indigenous sounds into their music. So that's very cool. And we're gonna show you guys now some examples of it. Are you ready?
I'm so excited.
Let's go. How Korea uses their traditional instruments in songs. Every time we hear a K-pop song and it starts with some traditional vibe, it just gives me so much goosebumps. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, we love marimba, but people nowadays don't really appreciate just the sound of marimba. So I really like how some of the artists tend to grab that sound of marimba or the sound of an acoustic guitar into their songs and still showcasing Guatemala as its best, okay? But okay, now we're gonna talk about a little bit of culture shocks we had when we first started going into Korean culture or K-pop and K-dramas. So the first thing I think it's just like the biggest thing. Well, no. Let's go step by step. The first thing is the language, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Korean and Spanish are different languages, right?
So different.
Linguistics differences reflect the diverse historical and cultural influences in each country. So you cannot tell that that's not a big difference, you know? But still, language is not a big of a barrier, you know?
No.
When we first started going to K-pop, it was not like...
we don't understand, so we don't like it.
Yeah. No, we actually loved it. So it's really cool. But then here we go with the artistic expression. While Korea has K-pop music, K-dramas, and now everyone is going crazy because of the Hallyu, you know, Guatemalan culture is more about you don't see much artists from Guatemala, you know?
Yeah. Recognized
artists from Guatemala, but they are still like how do you say it? Like the culture is not mostly known because of the traditional music itself, rather than, for example, as we saw, rather than Gaby Moreno or Ricardo Arjona. Of course, they are famous, you know.
Yeah.
But many people I've known don't even know they're from Guatemala, you know. Whilst with K-pop, you know, that's K-pop, you know. Here you wouldn't know, like, oh, that's Guatemala, exactly. You know, that's one of the big differences that there is. Then another difference, but this doesn't come with music, but comes with K-dramas. I remember when we first watched our first K-drama, we were like, grab her hand!
Like, just tell her that you like her, okay?
Hug her! What is happening? And now, if we watch
with fangirl,
and now if we watch a Guatemalan telenovela, it's like, why is this going so fast?
It's like,
why is it so fast?
Wow. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest culture shocks is that while here we are like meeting a new person and we're straight like hello,
yeah.
You know, mwah, and stuff like that. In Korea,
with men's and with women.
With
like,
both men and women, we just hug each other.
Yeah, like for example, I met like my friend's boyfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, mucho gusto,
mwah,
mucho gusto. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like, and in Korea, you don't say like, oh, 반갑습니다.
Yeah, you know, yeah. That's one of the biggest shocks. Like when we started watching K-dramas and of course K-pop variety content, we were like, okay, why are they not hugging each other?
Yeah. or they hug like,
just like,
oh yeah.
you know, yeah. But it's so interesting to see the contrast between that. And now we understand much more. Last but not least, of course, we have been talking a lot about Guatemala and how different or similar it is from Korea. But we also needed to bring this to the table. So Guatemala is still from Latin America, you know?
Yeah.
And Latin America is very known for its music. Reggaeton or bachata,
trap.
You know, el trap,
Banda.
Salsa. So that's all Latin America and Spanish, you know.
And Spain.
Some Spain, flamenco and stuff like that. That has all those type of musics have influenced in a way that they have come together, and it's a very Spanish or Latin sound, you know. And yeah, of course, this is our reaction channel. And of course, we're gonna bring this to you. There's a lot of K-pop music that has grabbed influence from Latin American sound or Spanish sound. And we just found it so amazing.
Yeah.
It's so
like
amazing.
I love it.
It's so great to hear like some of our roots, some of the Latin roots in some of the music. And
in other culture, you know.
In other culture, yeah, it's like, you know, it's just so amazing. Like every time Korean idols also bring Spanish words to their music as well, it's great.
It's like
so now we're gonna be watching some, not the entirety of them because there's a lot, but we're gonna be watching some snippets of songs that have grabbed Latin American sound to their K-pop sound, and this is how Korea and Latin America have collided into an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And we are so proud of it. Are you ready?
Gotcha.
Vamos.
La oportunidad de ser el mejor día de tu vida con buena vibra. Se siente el ambiente en todos lados. Lo malo se quedó en el pasado.
La gente bailando, los niños jugando,
La abuela cantando y nosotros celebrando.
Cansado de escuchar tanta negación en un mundo donde solo Dios color. donde siempre sale el sol. Traigo un corazón.
No es que me crea de la realeza, yo era el peón y tú la princesa. Ya no me busques, me das tristeza. Vete a buscar tu próxima presa. Sé que vendrás llorando por mi amor, pero ya es muy tarde, corazón.
Vivir no es solo vivir si no se respira el encanto de un paisaje repleto de bellas flores de campo. Vivir no es solo cumplir marcando los días del calendario. Es abrazar a tu hermano, pasear tu perro, oler el pasto.
빛이 나 Mamacita 내 맘이 타오르잖아. 나의 마음이 들리면 돌아봐 줄래. Señorita 난 너를 좀 더 알고 싶다. 운명을 만난 순간 밤새워 잠을 못 이룰 듯.
너는 언제나 나나나나 해. 이야야 이야야 네 멋대로 중심이 돼. 너만 생각해. 그런 너는 너무너무나 해. 이야야 이야야 네 멋대로 굴면 안 돼. 멋대로만 해.
One touch 날 보는 눈빛이 너의 손길이 나를 깨웠지. One touch is really all you need. Give it all to me. I wanna get a little more, more. So give it more, oh give it more. A little more, a little more. Yeah more, oh give me more. Whoa.
걸어보면 my client 눈빛엔 거대한 desire.
더 부어가서 little fire 불길 속에 다시 날아 rising.
있지만 내가 뜨거운 those shoes. 무슨 말이 더 필요해. 무심한 내가 걸어온 거리. I got to ride till I die die.
어떤 높이 가줄게. 내가 바랬던 세계 제일 위에. 떨어져도 돼. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile.
너무나 힘들어. 괜찮은 척하는 것도 친구들 말로 이미 난 누군가가 생겼대.
늦진 않았다고 말해줄래. 부탁해 한 번만 더 기회를 줄래. Where you at my love, where you at my love. 알잖아 나는 너 아니면 눈이 부신 너를 바라볼 수 없어. 두 눈을 감아 Only you let it. Yeah yeah yeah.
서울대 뉴욕이야 캘리 런던이 파리 오늘날 가입해 발톱도 닿을 파리 I'm already got it I'm already got it I'm already got it.
So yeah, as we saw, many of the artists that have been grabbing like this Latin sound are so underrated, you know?
Yeah.
And you guys should go watch them because they're super good. Of course, we have BTS with the mariachi. Mariachis are from Guatemala as well.
Yeah.
Did you know that? With the mariachis. Then we have Le Serafim with the reggaetonish vibe that is kind of like a Rosalia type of thing. Of course, Rosalia is not from Latin America. But it's still reggaeton, you know? And then seeing some K-pop artists collaborations with Latin artists like VAV, it's just so amazing to see. And we really hope that Latin America and Korea can come together like more often and do this type of things because it would be amazing. Like here in Guatemala, Korea has influenced a lot and we have many events happening where we get to know more Korean culture, where we get to eat some Korean food and get to see people wearing hanboks, you know, it's so great. So listening to K-pop music that has some Latin reference or vibes, it also fills us with much pride for our country and our Latin roots. So yeah. This was a great type of video. I had so much fun. I also met so many Guatemalan artists. I really didn't know they were from Guatemala, and that's what I'm telling you. What we were telling that with K-pop, you know it's K-pop. With Latin America, you don't really know where they're from, you know? But it was so interesting to be learning more about our own culture and own artists as well. And we really hoped you liked it. We really hoped you also feel the vibe of, you know, Korean and Latin America going
vibe.
Yeah, colliding together. Yes. It's amazing. And yeah, we really hope you liked our video. This was not a reaction. This was more like a commentary of some music and
informative video.
Yeah,
you know?
Some music and videos we already know and we love. But yeah, we really hope you liked it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Adios.